Okay guys, so greetings everyone and welcome to my new automated course. So I here am Snow and I'm your code instructor. So in this video we'll be getting everything you need to know in JavaScript in one place. So let's start by the ways on how you can get started with JavaScript. So all you need is a code editor. So I highly recommend you to use VS Code as your code editor, but you are free to use any other code editor that you like. So let's start by the ways of getting started to JavaScript. So if you just want to start building JavaScript codes, so all you need to do is there are two ways to just execute the JavaScript codes. The first way is using JavaScript codes inside the HTML document. For example, right here. So we can go inside the body tag and add a script tag, means that JavaScript, and we say that, for example, so let's use art because this is what the browser will listen. So let's use art. Hello world. So I know guys everything is set, and let's make a test and see how it works. So guys, let me start my live server and show you how this will work and much output will we get. So here's the output. We get a pop-up saying hello world, and we close it. Simply, now we see our document. So that is the first way of using a JavaScript. So there's another way of using JavaScript using a separate file. So in separate file you can use, for example, console.log, and here we use hello world. So this is the way of displaying the content using the terminal. So you can just use here and learn the codes, and now we get the text hello world. So you may be asking, how am I learning this code? So it's very simple. So all you need to do is to go in your terminal, and you should have Node.js installed, and go in the same directory which your files are located. For example, you can see here when I type ls, you see that index.js is ready, and I can also simply type node index.js, means that I need to learn this file. Now I get the text hello world. And back into our VS Code, you can also do this using the VS Code terminal, and we go here and use a new terminal. And inside the terminal we simply type the same command that we used. So can use node index.js. You see now it works. So, but if you have VS Code, this will be very simple for you. So all you need to do is to go in the extensions panel, and you're gonna install the extension called Code Runner, and will help you execute codes inside the VS Code, including PHP, C++, Java, JavaScript, PHP, Python, Perry, Ruby, and more and more. So guys, now when you have the extension installed, all you need to do is to just go inside the file and click on here on the line button aside. See, now we get the execution of our codes. Next guys, let's start by the introduction to JavaScript, and tell you all the basic concepts that you need to know about our JavaScript. So the first thing we need to know that we had to focus on is the way of displaying the contents in JavaScript. So if you're running JavaScript for web development, you need to know the best way to display the contents to your users. So here is the first way. First way is to use the art commands as I have said before. So the next method is use this one. So you can say document.light, and it's a document.light. So we're gonna use, for example, hello world. And when we run our code, we see a hello world text. But there is a big problem with this method. Here is it. So if we add another, like a heading one here, h1, hello, I am Snow. If if you had another heading here, this heading won't be displayed in some browsers, but here in my browser it is being displayed. And once it's not being displayed in your browser, I'm going to show you another way that you can use to just handle these problems. All you need to do is to go here. I'm going to display contents inside this element, which is heading 1. So I include an ID, and I use this ID like hello. Okay, and next all I need to do is to go inside here, and I add hello dot inner text equal hello world. Remember, this method can only work with IDs only. So let's make a test. You see now the contents have been changed is hello world. So guys, this is the basic introduction to JavaScript. Let's go to the basic concept of JavaScript so that we can just follow along this course and understand everything step by step. So we're going to start by, we've learned the ways of displaying the contents. So let's learn the statement. So what we call a statement in JavaScript. So a statement in JavaScript is any line. So if I have this line here, this is called a statement. This is called a statement. Then once the lines are combined like this one, we say, and they are enclosed into something like this one, a block of code. So this is what we call a block of code. So I'm going to show you when to just enclose these elements, these statements like this one. So you see, when we learn our codes, we see two hello world texts. Next guys, let's go to the concept of variables. So we're going to start by understanding the syntax of JavaScript. So the first thing you know about the syntax, we just say about how JavaScript codes are logged. So the way of writing JavaScript codes with best practices. So first of all, let's start by the ways of creating variables. To create a variable is very simple. So we just use let, for example, name equal snow. So this is a single statement that we can use, and we need to display this name. We say console log and we're not going to use the string. All we need to do is to use this name variable. But here is a problem, so I don't know what it means. So it's deprecated. So the reason for this is that we're using a variable which is already declared. So let's use like name with capturator like this one, and here we use capturator. You see now it works. The reason for this was because the variable name, it is a default variable in JavaScript. It is the pre-installed variable in JavaScript. When you execute our code, you see that we see the name. So if I change the name here and I write hello world like this one, so you see now the text is changed live. So one more thing you need to know about the syntax of JavaScript. You should understand that JavaScript is case sensitive. So this means that JavaScript identifiers are sensitive according to the case. So here is what I mean. So if we declare this variable as, let me declare the variable. So let's declare a new variable. For example, let Simon age equal 5. And we say console log Simon. If we use console log Simon without capturator, means that this will be this means that this variable is not declared, because because JavaScript is case sensitive. If we declare the variable with the capital letter like this one, make sure whenever you use the variable, use the same capital letter. Then let's just display our code and see if we get an error. So you see that we get an error, and here is what the error is saying. So Simon Edge is not defined. So that's the case. That's what I'm saying. And if we use it correctly like this one, Simon Edge, and run the code, you see that we get the results. Day Simon's Edge is 5. So that is all by the JavaScript syntax. So all we need to go on the next concept is comments. You know, guys, that in programming language, the comments are the crucial concept that every developer should know, because whenever we write code, we should include the comments so that we can just remember what were we doing at this stage. So to declare a variable is very simple. So all you need to do is to double slashes, and then here, for example, here I should write variable declaration, and here I should use a new comment, case sensitive. So if I have these comments, this is the best way to include the comments. But you may ask yourself, so but if I just want to comment out all this everything, so how will I do that? So it's very simple. So if this kind of comments is called inline comments. Let's name it inline comments, and this is what I call inline comments because it is used to comment a single line in JavaScript. So, but if we just want to comment out the multiple lines, how will we do this? So most people will think that we should use this way, but this is really not the best way to use. So the best way to use, first of all, I'm going to show you a trick that you can use to just comment out everything. So you need to select the contents like this one, and you're going to press Ctrl/, and this will just comment out these statements. But there's another way to comment that I was telling you, so is to like a slash and a star, and also star and a slash. Now we've commented out all these statements, and we just wanna uncomment them, so you delete this star. And so another thing you need to know about the JavaScript syntax is this one. So you see here, whenever it's a statement, we will be using a semicolon, but this is not really a must, or this is not a lower. So whenever we just delete all this, still the codes may work. So you may be asking yourself, so then why are you using those stars, so all those semicolons? So here is the reason. You know how we like the JavaScript codes. The JavaScript codes may just become much bigger and bigger, so that and once we just have the large JavaScript codes, we need a way to just reduce the size of that JavaScript file. So all we need to do in that process is called minifying. All JavaScript codes minifying. So all we need to do is to just remove the spaces like this, and here remove the spaces, so that everything goes on the same line. Means that with this we can just reduce the size. And when you think that your codes will need to be minified, so all you need to do is to always use this semicolon at every end of the statement. So now we're done with the JavaScript syntax. Let's go to the next concept. So the next concept is variables. So I'm going to show you the ways of declaring the variables. So let's comment out all this like this one, and next we go to the variables. So next we go to variables. So there are several ways to declare a variable. So first way is to use let, for example, let name one. Okay, let's name it variable one. Let variable one equals to 1. So its value is 1. This is the first way of declaring a variable. So another way is using the var keyword. So we say var variable 2 equal to, like this one, simply. And we also, another way to declare variable is using the variable name itself. Let's say like variable 3, its value is 3, like this one. And another way, final way, is defining what we call constant. These are types of variables which does not change the value. Let me show you how it works. We say constant or const, we use the keyword const variable 4, we assign it to a value hello. So if we just want to declare this variable again, like this one, variable 4 equals to hey. So let's display this code and see if we get an error. See that we actually get an error. So here's what the error is saying. Assign the constant variable means that when we define a constant variable, means that its value will not change, or its structure will not change. The value is hello and will never change. So that's when we use our constants.